Hi. You're probably wondering why there's no video to this, and that's because, well, like a lot of you, I'm insecure. I don't like to show my face to people, to the world. I hide behind a mask of hair and a big vocabulary, most of which I don't even know the meanings of the words I use. A lot of people who are like me, or just people in general, hide. And I feel like society has pushed us to a point where hiding is normal. There are all kinds of masks people hide behind. Some, it's a blanket of hair. Others, it's more complicated. And sometimes, when you wear that mask for too long, you can't take it off without ripping off your skin. I have a mask of anger, sarcasm. I'm good at pretending and lying and acting like everything's okay when it isn't. No one else should feel that way, and it's okay if you do feel that way. It's perfectly fine, actually. But you don't have to hide. I get it. I understand what you're saying to me. My family will be disappointed, but what about my friends? They'll hate me if they see who I really am. Get better friends. Sit down with your family and explain to them. And if they don't listen, that's their problem, not yours. Whoever's listening to this, whether anyone actually is, you are beautiful. It's okay to cry and feel upset or depressed or angry. It's okay. There are people in our lives who will make us feel like we're not enough and that we need to try harder because we're not trying hard enough, but that's not true. I try every day to be the best that I can be, to hide the demons and the darkness behind a mask. And that's not okay. I'm being a hypocrite here telling you this, but be who you are, and you're gonna hear that your entire life. Be who you want to be. But it's not who you want to be. You don't always have to be who you want to be. You need to be who you are. And there are going to be people around us that will change us for the better. That's good. Hold on to that. I'm going to tell you a story. Recently, my brother broke his wrist. So my parents took him to the hospital. He got a brace. Yeah, not a cast. Don't know why they did that. Anyways, he got a brace and, everything was fine. Well, I think I did the same thing. When I fell, I did the same movement. It hurts the same way, but here I am, sitting in my room, making this video. Sometimes the people we love and care about let us down. But that doesn't mean we need to retaliate. Sure, I'm upset, angry even, but that's okay. What isn't okay is acting on it. Sometimes we need to find an outlet, something that helps us and channels our emotions into something productive. I like to sing. Granted, I'm not good, but my brother sings. And he is good. So, does that mean I can't? Does that mean that I don't get recognized for something I love, even if I'm not good at it? No. That's not what that should mean. That should mean that I don't even know. I'll tell you when I find out. What I'm trying to say is, it's okay to be weak. We don't all need to be strong. And it's okay to take off that mask every once in a while. Show people who you are, that you're human. Because if you hide your emotions behind explosive anger or a mask of hair or sarcasm, that doesn't solve anything. I'll give you an analogy my friend gave to me today. Emotions are like making slime. You add the ingredients, the slime is made, and then you add colors. At first it's a beautiful marble, and then you try and squish it all in a bag that's too small, but you don't get another one, because granted, we're all lazy. It's okay. It's fine. I am too. So you smush it in the bag, and then when you finally get it sealed, you look and see it's not a beautiful marble anymore. It's turned black and ugly. None of us are ugly, but our emotions can be if we don't let them out once in a while. You don't have to listen to me or to what I'm saying, but I encourage you to. I mean, I'm living this, guys. Currently, life sucks. But if we make the best of it and be who we are and show who we are, it'll be okay. It's okay to be scared, or afraid, or feel alone and lost. That's okay. I feel that all the time. But I try and be brave. And eventually, I become arrogant and selfish because I've worn that mask for too long, and that's become a part of me. No one wants that. I don't want that. I want to be better. I want to when I interact with people, I interact different ways. When I interact with my friends, sometimes it's me, and other times it's the mask. When I interact with my family, it's always the mask. But when I'm alone in my room, sobbing in the corner, that's me. A scared little girl with no one to hold her. And that's okay. Because I know one day, at least I hope one day, there'll be someone to come into that darkness, waving flashlights and screaming my name. But being closed off and hiding it isn't gonna let anyone in. You need to let people in. And I'm a hypocrite saying this because I haven't done this in a really long time. But I found someone, my best friend, practically my sister. And then she moved away. But guess what? We're still friends. And we don't talk every day. And sometimes we don't talk for weeks, and that's okay. Because when we do finally talk to each other again, it's like we never stopped. The conversation flows to people in our lives, stories, and we talk for hours. Find someone like that. Recently, she told me a story. And it was a scary story. And I'm not gonna replay it because I don't know if she'd be okay with that, and I'm not about to extort her, but she's scared. And she feels she has to be someone for the people around her. She has to put on a brave face and show no fear, but that's not true. Sometimes being a hero means we need to be human. And that means we need to feel. We need to show people that it's okay to cry and it's okay to be scared and lost. Because if you're scared and lost, you can be helped, you can be saved, you can be found. But if you're trying so hard to be brave and powerful and show others that you're not afraid of anything and that pain can't faze you because you're invincible, then that's not living. Surviving doesn't mean you're alive. Surviving means you're physically there, alive, but that's not all there is to it. So, you don't have to be anything more than you are. You don't have to be brave. You don't have to be, this perfect person. You always hear the story of, I met my hero and they let me down. But is that their fault? When you idolize someone, whether that be a family member, a fictional character, a hero, then you meet them and you realize they're human too. They make mistakes. They're not always brave. They're not always who they pretend to be. You don't have to be a hero. I know, I want to be a hero too. But you don't have to be. You can be someone who is kind and caring and completely themselves, full of emotion, and sometimes sadness, depression, anxiety. It's okay. I understand. And I know what you're saying. No one can understand me. No one gets it. Even if I don't, even if I haven't experienced it, I can sympathize and empathize. People are not always who they say they are. I tend to stay away from people. I tend to turn to the more misunderstood creatures. Animals, insects, spiders, snakes. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to be like me. Be better. So take the mask off every once in a while. Because if you don't break down the walls and let people in, you don't show people who you really are. And when you try and take off the mask, you'll take off your skin.